Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Gaylord. I am a member of OCC, and I wanted to share a little bit about my ancestry. My grandparents were of Chinese ancestry, but they were both born in Jamaica. They are Hakka Chinese. Hakka Chinese migrated all over the world, but specifically Jamaica as well for economic opportunity. And that's how their parents ended up there, and then they were born there. My grandparents were members of a Chinese Christian Bible study in Kingston, which is the capital of Jamaica. And eventually they turned that Chinese Bible study into a multi-ethnic church that it still exists today in Kingston and is attended by over 1,000 Jamaicans. Many of my relatives were involved in the founding of the church. My grandfather and my grandmother, my great uncles, and my grandfather was an elder for almost 50 years. He was a singer, and so they would go around singing, and he and my grandmother performed many duets together. And one thing I really appreciated, even though, I only got to see them every couple of years, was just their joy and love for their community. My grandfather knew everybody. He would walk into a restaurant and they'd greet him, oh, Mr. Ho, welcome back, let us seat you. And when he passed away, the people at the restaurant where he went for breakfast every day realized that something bad had happened because he was no longer showing up, because he was that consistent of a customer. He would call people when they didn't show up to church and ask them why they hadn't been there, which is maybe a little aggressive for our times now, but was just the way that he really showed his love for people and his care. My family in Jamaica is very multicultural. My grandparents are Chinese, but all of their children married someone not of Chinese descent. And so I just love the way that my family looks, because to me, it really represents the way that Jamaica looks. Jamaica is an extremely multi-ethnic and diverse country, and there's a lot of people of mixed race. And it represents God's church and how they wanted their Chinese Christian Bible study to reach people in Jamaica who weren't just Chinese. And so they chose to create a multi-ethnic church. And just God's church all over the world should look like this. And that's how I hope OCC continues to look and grows towards, is welcoming people of all backgrounds and showing that everyone has a place here, and that we can all follow the same God and worship together, despite our many differences and cultural special skills and interests and food that we bring to the table. So thank you for letting me share a little bit of my story with you.